Lady need to be more knowledgeable of island. No, different of island. As to a state, you there for what? You can leave island, go back to when you from. The 7 things nobody told me about Guam video is my most popular video on my channel. And I made that video after being on Guam for 1 year. So there's plenty of comments suggesting that I'm lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. But I was just honestly expressing my thoughts and opinions of what I've experienced during that time. So I thought it would be a good idea to go through this video, rewatch it, and see, okay, well, you know what, that's not true anymore, or this still stands, or maybe I'll find something in between. Okay, here we go. Hi everyone, I've been on Guam for a little over a year now, and honestly, there was a big difference between what I thought I knew to expect before moving and what I've actually experienced here. So I thought it would be a good idea to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way. Whether you're planning on moving to Guam or you just want to know more about what it's like here, here are 7 things you should know about living on Guam. No, so first of all, it's hard listening to yourself. It's so hard. Like, I'm like, ooh. Second, I like the music in the background. And the opening, while a bit jarring, I feel like it still is pretty okay. But okay, listening to myself talk. Let's get into it. I would like to just say that this isn't a definitive list, and there are so many different things that I wanted to include in this video, but it would just take way too long. I don't think you want to see like an hour-long video of me just talking. Okay, number 1, driving in Guam. This one is like, I don't know, maybe funny. So for Guam, the whole island technically is 35 miles per hour, but law enforcement doesn't really enforce that. Like, some people do follow the 35 miles per hour, but not a lot. And honestly, I haven't looked at my speedometer in almost a year because it's really a free-for-all. Unless you're being a jerk, doing crazy maneuvers, or you're going like 80 miles an hour, most likely you're not going to get pulled over. So speed limit is pretty crazy. It's still 35 miles per hour. For everybody out there, I would say it's around 45 to 55 miles an hour is what everybody does. Trying to find your way around is heavily on landmarks, which worked out great for me because that's how I learned the roads anyway. Like, there are some, but not on every street, not on every road. So when you get directions from somebody, they're gonna say, oh, you know, you're gonna see the Wendy's, you're gonna keep going down for like a mile, and then like you're gonna turn and it's gonna be right next to the coconut tree that's by that really tall building. It's all about landmarks. Also, one more thing about driving in Guam is that if you're gonna be relying on Google Maps to get you around, just beware. Google Maps is sometimes very inaccurate. Like when we first moved here, we were looking for a pharmacy, and Google Maps said that there was a CVS pharmacy, even though there's no CVS on the island, which we didn't know yet, and it took us down this really shady alleyway, and I was like, Joshua, this is like where we get murdered. That scenario is still true, but it wasn't a CVS pharmacy, and Joshua has been like on me about it since I recorded this. It said it was a Kmart pharmacy. In my head, I thought it was CVS, but Kmart pharmacy is at Kmart, but Google Maps told me it was somewhere way different, and we drove down to a super shady place. Okay, so I'll set the record straight. It was a Kmart pharmacy. I was still scared and afraid. The street sign thing is still so true. You'll look at Google Maps and it'll tell you, turn right at Lieutenant Governor Joe Michael Benavente Street. And you're just like, oh, where? Like, first of all, that should be a pretty big sign. And
second of all, it's not there. So you just have to look at your maps and kind of guess, like, not this turn, not this turn. It looks like it might be that turn. And maybe you guessed it right, and maybe you didn't.
Number 2 is going to be cost of living. So I'm going to go ahead and start this off with grocery shopping because that is a big one. It is going to be different if you're just moving here versus if you are moving on base. I did see like a couple videos of people on base saying like a cart of groceries is going to cost you $200, but just locally, like at the regular grocery stores, a full cart of groceries is gonna be about $500. I just spent $250 at the grocery store the other day shopping for the week, and it was maybe half of a cart, so that's what you're looking at.
Let me clarify this, okay? Because I had too many people after my throat about this statement. When I say $500 for groceries, and I'm talking full cart, a full cart, like the cart is full. It's easy to get to $500 when the cart is completely full, especially here. For shopping, I've really learned that you need to be a savvy shopper. When I first moved here, I still had the California mindset, and I still wanted the brands that I was used to, which made things more expensive. Now I know that I need to go to multiple stores for specific things because they are going to be priced different depending on where you go. You might have to go to Payless, Cost You Less, Don Key for very specific things. Still, every time I go to the grocery store, you go to get eggs, milk, maybe some chicken, some veggies. You're thinking basics. I never leave the grocery store without spending at least like $80. It's just hard. Things add up so quickly. You're like, I'm just gonna get 5 things, and then 5 things turns into like, 6, 7. It's still expensive. You are still looking around 2 times the price of groceries for what's in the States. Everybody stop buying strawberries. You can't let them charge us $12 for a pack of strawberries. Stop doing it. Stop buying it. They'll lower the price. I want to have some strawberries. Come on. It might also be a thing in the States, but I don't know. But I just recently learned that for vegetables or fruits that are like weighed, you can just like pick out things. You can take literally one celery stick off of the whole celery and just put it in a bag and check out. Or like you can just take off leaves of lettuce. You can have those leaves, or you can just have a smaller head of lettuce because you didn't like those lettuce leaves, or have like a half of a pumpkin. I didn't know that this was an option. This has saved me technically I haven't tried it except for the pumpkin, but it has saved me a lot of money because pumpkins are heavy. So it saved me quite the dollar. Also, when you go for this, I think is Guam specific. When you go and you try to get maybe like a soda or like a beer 6-pack, sometimes there's only 4 cans in your pack because it's very common here in Guam to just grab 1 or 2 cans of something and they will price you out. Or I mean, like even your crackers, like you might have a box of crackers and it's been open and somebody just took 1 sleeve out and they got a price for that. It's such a huge thing here that when Don Key opened, they had signs after the first maybe 1 to 2 weeks of opening that said, do not open boxes and take like individual items. You have to buy items as a whole. I've never tried taking 1 soda or 1 beer or 1 sleeve of crackers, but apparently it works out for most places.
Don't get me started on alcohol. That stuff is expensive. So if you have somebody who has base access, you might want to ask them to get you certain things from base. Some things just are not worth it to get at regular grocery store here. I have heard...
Okay, first of all, that edit was wild. Let me make this clear because I've had some people coming at me being like, that's illegal. Do not ask military people to buy you things on base. Whoa now. I'm not saying like, oh, go find a stray military personnel and then go tell them your grocery list or to buy you alcohol. I'm saying if you know someone, like a family member, and they're like, hey, do you want something? Or like, I'm coming to the barbecue, what's your drink of choice? Blue or red? All right, like, that's totally fine. I'm not saying to like go and be like, okay, so I need 20 bottles of liquor and I'm gonna go like resell it for like more expensive. But this is not advice I would ever give to anybody. All right, I'm not trying to get you on the black market. That's just what happens. That's all I'm saying. And you know what else I'm saying? If you are military personnel and you find yourself a local, you're going to be the guy. Okay? You're going to be the guy. Moving on.
That the reason why groceries and everyday products are so expensive is because Guam is still part of the Jones Act that only allows cargo that has touched a U.S. stateside dock to bring in goods all the way to Guam. So it has to have touched like San Francisco or San Diego and then come to Guam. Also, apparently there's only like 1 or 2 shipping companies that does ship all of our goods. So they have a complete monopoly over Guam where they can pretty much charge whatever they want to.
I don't necessarily fully understand the Jones Act. I researched this and I was looking forever to just make it make sense. Make it make sense why everything is so crazy expensive. And this is what I found. And if you did your own research, this is the conclusion that you would have probably come to as well. I'm not going to stand here and be like, of course, the Jones Act. I don't technically know what I'm talking about. It's just I wanted it to make sense for you and for myself. So this is still a thing, but we get imported things from Korea, Japan, and they're at a cheaper value. And I don't know how it comes in. I don't get it, honestly. It's just expensive here. That's it.
Housing is surprisingly not that expensive. It's definitely a
lie.
lot cheaper.
Lie. Already lying. This was true for the first year I was in Guam. I'm going to be talking about like housing, internet, and like whatever else I'm about to talk about, and I just don't want to get into it. If you guys want like an actual breakdown of everyday living finances, like let me know, but this is just so like not me. I don't really want to spend my time on it. Let me just tell you, at least for the housing, it has gone up like crazy. Minimum wage in Guam is $9.25, and we're talking about housing and rent California prices. That's what I'll leave you with. There is a channel, it's called Tropic Shade. It used to be Living in the Pacific. If you want something like a deep dive of cost of living, go check him out. It's expensive here. That's the theme. While I'm in the middle of shouting out other channels, I would highly recommend Visual Postcards from Mark. He does like walkthroughs of everywhere, every event, grocery stores, like gas stations. He is always just talking and going everywhere. So if you want to see like real-time walkthroughs of Guam, go check him out. He's super supportive to like every YouTube channel on Guam as well. Good guy. And if you like my channel, obviously, I edit way more of my content, but you want maybe a mix of both streaming and vlog style, check out Hey Haley. Hey Haley is awesome. She really goes out there. She goes to different gyms. She tries out so many different local food places. She travels to Korea. She is just awesome. She's got a great personality. I love her cat. She's awesome as well. Okay, move on.
healthcare. For general physicians is relatively fine. We found a doctor that we really like, but it's just a fair warning, and I've been told this a lot since I've been here, that malpractice is still a very big thing in Guam. So it's always good to get a second opinion for anything that you might be experiencing. Also, specialists for specific, health needs are limited. We don't have a ton of specialists, so if you do have a specific health care need, you're most likely going to need to go off island to get that specific care.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like trying not to go nonverbal on you. I'm a little jaded about this topic. What I'm saying is true. So you can watch my update video for more information about my healthcare journey here, because I have been through the Guam system. I have been through the Philippines system. But if you want my honest opinion, check out the Philippines, check out Taiwan, check out Hawaii, and your insurance might even cover it. You don't need to wait around in Guam for specialists. They might be here, they could be good, but sometimes they are off island, and so you don't know when you're gonna get the care that you need. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Number 4, animals and bugs. I was warned that there were some big bugs on Guam, but I don't think I really understood what I was getting myself into. Spiders are huge, and they are everywhere, especially banana spiders. They're these yellow guys, and they are seriously that's like with legs. Their body is probably like at the size of a quarter. Maybe, the small ones are like a nickel. No spiders are poisonous. Nothing
Why'd
on
you
the
say
island is
nickel
poisonous.
like
They're
that?
just big and scary.
Nickel.
And we've got these big, huge guys that are like really fast. I don't know what they're called. I can't.
It's a huntsman spider, Devin.
Spiders everywhere, and they're big and they're scary. Another thing is
move fast.
cockroaches. Cockroaches are here, and they're
Yeah.
here to stay. And they are not small. They are humongous. They are huge. Expect cockroaches. You're gonna see them no matter how clean you keep your house. You might see at least a few a year.
This girl takes like a year to get a sentence out.
Yeah.
Dang, we're talking about bugs, girl. You know bugs. We hate bugs. And there's more. There are so many more new bugs that have been terrifying my life lately. There is this weird centipede that came out of nowhere, super fast, way more legs than the regular little millipede that I'm used to. Little spots of yellow, I've just learned, because I got a close look at one, which I didn't necessarily want. Bugs. They're here. Yes.
A centipede does not have more legs than a millipede.
Well, they were bigger. At least you could see them more. They weren't hidden under their body or whatever. So it looks like it's more because they're flat and scary as hell. Oh my god. And termites just kill me.
Probably the one bug that I dislike the most are these teeny tiny red ants.
Oh,
They're
red
fire
ants. Still,
and they are an invasive species.
hate
They're
me.
not from
I
here
hate
originally,
them.
but they definitely took over.
Took
They
over.
hurt
Why do
so
I say it
bad.
like
When
that?
they bite you, it burns so bad and it stings. For me personally, they leave huge welts that last
they
for
do leave welts.
weeks. So I really hate red ants. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are abundant, and they really love my sweet, sweet blood.
Mosquitoes don't really bother me anymore. They've left me alone. I guess I acclimated enough.
There's a lot of geckos here.
Geckos,
So little geckos.
I love
They're
the
so
geckos
cute, and I
so
love them.
much.
And they chirp, and they get in your house. They're definitely welcome in my house. I love
The
these
cats
cute little
really
geckos.
try to get
and
them,
one
but I
big
save them.
thing
I
that
am the
really do like
designated
of
gecko
the
saver of
nature
the
outside
house.
is the chickens. I love the chickens.
I love the
everywhere.
chickens.
That's probably a weird thing
Same.
to say, but I didn't know that there were just gonna be loose chickens everywhere when I moved here. I love all the chickens. Okay, one big thing about animals is dogs versus cats. Here on Guam, dogs are king. they have the most supplies in the store, so you get a lot of options for dog toys and dog treats and dog food, whereas cats, not so much. We did have Mimi on a specific cat food, and we did find it here, but it's not always in stock. Sometimes it goes away for months, so we had to switch her cat food to something that they more likely would supply. One thing we've learned is that if you see the one item that you're looking for, get it and get multiple, because you don't know when it's going to be back in stock. So
I mean, that goes for anything. That's like for people and for animals. We have had to change Mimi's diet multiple times. Now we have found something that is usually on island, and now we have 2 more cats, so we need something reliable. There is still a very small section for cats. Has gotten a little bit better, but not by much.
one more thing about dogs that I should mention is that there are a lot of stray dogs or wild dogs here on Guam, and they are everywhere. Sometimes you'll just be driving down the road and you'll see packs of just 10 stray dogs. And just a side,
Sorry to interrupt. The stray dog situation is still here. There's a lot of stray dogs everywhere you go. And if you saw my love-hate video, I specifically talked about the dead dogs on the side of the road. Every time I would leave my house, it's guaranteed I would see a dead dog on the road. And that's just heartbreaking.
if you're coming from the States, the way animals are treated here is not going to be the same. I was in shock when I first moved here, and a lot of people keep dogs outside 24/7 on an actual chain leash that's very small, and they can't go far, and they're just out in the hot heat or the rain at night, in the morning, all the time. Just so you know, if you are moving here, this is going to be something that you might see, and you might see a lot. You might not. I have noticed that people are getting better with how they're treating animals, and that animals are becoming more of a family member, but there are still a lot of people that don't see it that way and never have and weren't taught to treat animals that way. So it can be shocking.
Still is that situation. It has progressively gotten better, not by much. It's not only just in the rain or the heat. I learned after Typhoon Mawar that they leave their dogs tied up in the middle of a typhoon. Category 4, typhoon. Dogs are tied up outside. That was shocking to see. So,
Okay, on to a different note. Number 5 is food. Not all food, but local food, which is amazing. It's so good. Specifically the barbecue.
specifically and only. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Those black hornets.
Okay, just Jesus. Don't let it get me.
Large. Isn't it?
Oh my god. I've seen a new bag and it's scary and huge. Oh my god, it's like a bee, but the worst kind. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god. No. No, where is it?
Hey, did you move your chair?
Maybe a little bit.
You're not supposed to move the chair.
I
What was
was
that rule?
scared. It was only a little bit.
Little
I'm
bit?
running out of battery.
Okay.
I gotta wrap this up. Okay, specifically and only Chamorro barbecue. This is the best freaking barbecue I've ever had. Okay? Yes.
You get to go to a full-out barbecue. It's on another level. We got our Guam classics like red rice, finadeni, shrimp patties, or kelaguen, which is meat cooked with lemon. And when I say meat, I mean any meat. Apparently you can kelaguen anything.
Make sure you cook your chicken first. By the way.
There are big Filipino influences for food here, so that's always cool. But what you're pretty much gonna see at the barbecue, other than those Guam classics, is pancit. You're gonna have lumpia. Sometimes there's sushi, potato salad, and specifically, this barbecue chicken is just hits different.
This chicken is so good. It's such a good marinade. Somebody recently was like, it's called adobo. I know what adobo is. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about barbecue chicken. But it's the marinade that comes to the barbecue. Ooh, so good.
It's a base of soy sauce, vinegar, and sugar, and then, other spices, but it's just so good. So definitely check out the local food here. Okay, and number 6 is what I've learned while I'm here. So just a couple of quick, maybe helpful tips of what I've gathered while living here. First off, this is a big one that I haven't really seen anybody else talk about, which is maps. What I mean about maps is like physically drawing maps to your home. A lot of companies will ask you to do this. So I'm talking like when we had to get our power up, when we needed to get our water up, when we finally got our internet, our trash. All of these different companies, they asked for a map to our house. And if you don't just have one to give to them, they ask you to draw it out.
This is still true. We had furniture delivered not too long ago, and we needed a map. This is still so accurate.
Okay, so another thing. It might be obvious, but you're going to be sweaty. Like, it's not necessarily hot. It's about 84 to 86 degrees regularly, but the humidity is so high. So, I mean, there are days that I don't feel hot, but I'm just sweating.
I would say, like, I have acclimated, but still I get sweaty. It is still hot. Something a commenter suggested that again, Don Key, they have these menthol wipes, so you can get that and just like cool off your body. Get a little fan. You'll be fine.
Suggest is maybe bringing like a small towel or a handkerchief while you're here getting acclimated, just so you can wipe your face. Something that I did think was going to be a bigger problem and seemed like a pretty big deal when I first moved here, but that's going to be Amazon Prime. You can still use Amazon and get products shipped to Guam, but it is a very much smaller amount of items are going to be available to you. And if you have Amazon Prime, you are no longer getting 2-day free shipping. 1, it's not going to be 2 days. It's going to be about a week, maybe longer. And 2, it's not going to be free. Each product does have a shipping fee. And if you're looking for something specific, it might not even ship to Guam at all. For me, it just didn't seem worth paying the fee to have Amazon Prime if the only benefit I was getting was their streaming service. So I did end my Amazon Prime subscription.
She's so
I
brave.
have heard a hack from other people that if you change your address to somewhere stateside while you're shopping, a lot more things.
Don't even listen to her. This hack doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I would say that shipping is 1 to 2 weeks, and that depends on the weight of the object. So if it's lighter, then it'll get to you within that time. But if it's a heavier package, we've been waiting around 1 to 2 months in the last year if it's over a certain weight. If you've seen that your package has left San Francisco, you're probably not going to see your package for months. At least over a month.
And then one big lesson that I've learned while I'm here is that, yes, Amazon Prime doesn't, ship everything here. And yes, groceries are expensive. And yes, a lot of things are out of stock all the time here. When we get a shipment in, it's once a week. And it's not always the same thing. And it's not always the same product or brand or whatever. It's just not everything is always available to you here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It was very stressful at first, but I've learned to make do with what I've got. It's an island. It's the trade-off of living on an island is that, you're not always going to have exactly what you need at exactly the right moment, but you learn to accept that and make adjustments and make those adjustments fit to what you need. It's really
I still stand by this whole entire segment. Yes, this all is so true.
just easygoing lifestyle, and I've really learned to appreciate it, and it's been really nice actually. And maybe that's not for everyone, but it really isn't that bad. This is what I just absolutely love about Guam. There really is no trade-off for the beauty of Guam. It's been a pleasure and a gift to live here for the year that I've been here, because it is so beautiful. The beaches are unmatched. The water is crystal clear. It's warm and it's really shallow. Like, you can walk pretty far out until you hit
I'm only laughing because I remember a commenter, like somebody comment like, "Oh, warm water, warm. Oh, wow." And it's just like, hey, you know what? Like, I came from San Diego and the water was cold. I've never had water that's like bath water temperature before. This is really cool to me. Don't be mean. And now that I've been here almost 5 years, this water is now cold to me. So that's just why I was smiling.
the reef, and then it drops down. So I mean, like, I see people way out there just standing up. There's like dips, so like there's plenty of space to swim and snorkel or dive. There are currents that you do have to watch out for, especially north of the island, northeast of the island. Currents can get pretty strong at a certain time of year, so always watch out for that. Going back to snorkeling or scuba diving, there's so many beautiful fish everywhere. You don't even have to scuba or snorkel to see them. When you walk out 1 inch into the water, you already start seeing fish because of that clear water. And they're so beautiful, and there's so many. There's such a huge diversity of fish that I've never seen before. It's probably my number one. I love the beach. I've always loved the beach, and now it's just like such a magical experience going to these beaches here. The other thing that I love about Guam, which, kind of...
Okay, but also, like, still true, but... check out Palau. Oh my gosh, that was another level. Check out my Palau video, because I literally thought I was in a dream. It felt like I was in a dream land. It is so beautiful and mind-blowing. If you have the opportunity, Palau is gorgeous. Palau.
The other thing that I love about Guam, which, kind of goes with it, are the views. The views are spectacular. Sometimes Joshua and I just plan a day to drive around the island. We do it maybe once a month, just to kind of ground us and show us again, like, this is where we live. We're on an island.
We don't really do it
beautiful island. So
that much anymore. We need to.
World, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, we're okay. Whatever stress or little thing that we freaked out about or whatever, like, let's put it to the side and really just admire what we've been given. It's incredible to see such a dense blend of so many different terrains, because you have these beautiful, beautiful beaches, and then these beaches hit this lush jungle filled with, coconut trees and vines and fruits and all of this stuff. This dense jungle opens up to these beautiful mountains.
Can I get a hell yeah for these shots? Come on, these shots. Yes.
Sand is this beautiful color of red, and there are trails and just pockets of them, and it looks so beautiful. And then all of this mixed in with some incredible cliff sides, and it's one in a million. It's really just absolutely gorgeous. I'd say that, living in Guam does come with its certain frustrations, or, you can't get what you want right away, and whatever, but like, it's so beautiful here. If you don't want to live here permanently, it's always good for a visit. Come to Guam. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the end of the video. So I lived in San Diego, and I can say how beautiful and awesome it is to live there as much as I want to, but it does have its problems. It's the same for Guam. It's the same for wherever you are. There are things about Guam that need to be changed or fixed or whatever, but it is just so beautiful. Like, you cannot deny it. I moved to Guam, and I had never even visited before. I just came with my boyfriend and his family because they were from here, and it is all a learning experience. I just dived in. That's pretty much the end of the video. There were quite a few things that changed, but there are still things that hold true. And yeah, if you are coming to visit, or if you're PCSing, if you're coming to stay here permanently, I hope this taught you something, gives you kind of a heads up of what you're coming into, and you can really appreciate the island. I really hope that you love it here as much as I do. It's really a great place to live, all in all. So watch this one, not that one. This one is 2026. It's updated, it's new. Like and subscribe, and I will see everyone in the next video. Bye 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 bye.